Hello and happy Sunday, folks. How are you doing today? Welcome to Glorious Miniatures, and in today's video we'll be looking at the Sunday Preview, the Warhammer 40,000 Battleforces and Necromunda Goons and Goodies. I'd just like to say before we get stuck into this, we have just tickled over 1,400 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you who have already smashed that subscribe button, and if you haven't yet, do consider smashing that button. And then you can join us with all of the videos. But with today's video, we're going to be looking at the Sunday Preview. So let's get stuck into it, shall we? They said it couldn't be done, but the Emperor willed it, and so it has been done. More Battleforce boxes are ready to ship out, flanked by a bunch of Necromunda releases. Let's get stuck in. Battleforce Adeptus Mechanicus Elimination Maniple. I have to say, AdMech is not really a force that I've been too keen on. There's a lot of their army which doesn't really appeal to me. However, saying that, the only bits of the army that does appeal to me does appear to be in this box set. I would like to paint up Belisarius Call. I really would like some of these 1950s space robots and the Cataphron breachers and destroyers. They're basically about it. I'm not really so keen on the Skitari. So as much as I like this box set in itself, it's not really an army I'm too keen on. I would eventually like to get some of the 1950 space robots, the Castellans, at some point in the future, just for a painting tutorial and a bit of fun. But that is really about it. I shan't be getting this box set. However, I know it is quite a tempting one for people. So let's have a look at the words. Belisarius Call has packed himself up in a battle force that's full of surprises. And by surprises, we mean horrible guns and killer robots from humanity's past. This box comprises 20 miniatures, including the Archmagus Dominus himself, and more than enough death-dealing cyborgs. Next one is the Imperial Knights Chainbreaker Lance. Now, I do have their previous one, their previous battle force, which was one of these knights, I believe, and two of these bad boys. So I will be getting this one to go along with that. I think if you get two of these box sets, you can pretty much make up a 2,000 point army. I haven't really looked into it, but just off the top of my head, I think that's a thing. So that is, I'd imagine this set will be going quite quickly. This clutch of knights is a perfectly sized army project. It's just a handful of miniatures after all. Only 6. The Chainbreaker Lance contains 4 Armiger class knights led by Canis Rex, a legendary steed piloted by the equally epic Sir Hector. For those with less Freeblade persuasion, Canis Rex can also be constructed as any Questorus class knight. It's definitely a temptation for me, so we're going to add this onto a list of possibilities. Battleforce Thousand Suns, Court of the Crimson King. He does look quite majestic. Magnus himself, tempting miniature, Cursed Feathers. Magnus the Red is the 41st Millennium's premier big scarlet skinned chap, at least until his very angry brother turns up. Joining him are 23 of his sons, 20 dusty Rubric Marines, and 3 exalted sorcerers living their best arcane life. So yeah, you get your exalted sorcerers. I think 2 of them are on discs, and this one's just using his legs like a peon. And then you get some Rubric Marines as well. Much as I like Tzeentch, I'm not really too keen on Thousand Suns. And if I did get them, I would definitely go with their Horus Heresy scheme, with that sort of lovely metallic red scheme. And I even did a tutorial on how to paint it up. So hopefully I'll remember to link it somewhere in this video. Definitely a tempting offer. If you've already got Magnus, then I'd imagine this is less of a deal. Aha. Battleforce Death Guard, Counselor the Death Lord. This is a lot more my speed. I have purchased one of their previous battle forces, so this could go well with it. Refusing to be outdone by his brother, magicians are always putting on a show. Mortarion arrives with a rotten assortment of Death Guard. 14 Plague Marines invite double blessings from Nurgle, while the Pale King has even snuck in a clutch of indomitable Blightlord Terminators. So, there's definitely a temptation. I don't have this guy. I can always do some more Terminators, and you got some Marines as well. I think personally for me, this is going to be a good deal. I think the price is going to be about £130 for all of these box sets, give or take. Even less if you're using a sort of third-party store like Element Games, etc., etc. We will see this Saturday how many I end up getting. I'd imagine buying multiple of these is probably not going to be happening unless people are planning on selling off the extra Morties. Adeptus Sororitas, Sanctorum Guard, So you got more Morvenval and some Sisters of Battle. Anyone who had nuns in big metal jumpsuits on their Christmas bingo card is going to be rubbing their hands with glee at the Sanctorum Guard Battle Force, which contains 23 saintly miniatures, Morvenval spearheads, a cohort of 6 Paragon warsuits, while a complement of Celestian Sacrosancts and a Battle Sister squad give you more zealots than you can shake a brazier at. I think this is quite a good deal as well. Obviously, with the inclusion of the characters, it is kind of cutting down on the amount of multiple box sets you'll be potentially getting. Adeptus Custodes, Watcher of the Gate. This is going to be the big one. This is going to be the big one. Our True Love might have given us 5 gold rings this year, but it's not a patch on this Auric Battle Force, absolutely packed with 22 Custodes, including Captain General Trajan Valoris, who is kind of a big deal. This absolute wall of warriors features the Virtus Praetors on their Roaring Dawn Eagle jet bikes, adding valuable tactical flexibility. Now, as I understand it, if you get one of these and potentially a combat patrol box set, you are basically sitting on 2,000 points. I'd imagine this one will go quite quickly. You don't have many miniatures in this elite army. Both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing for your wallet, really. And I'm not sure what it's a curse for. If you don't like painting gold, well, you can just choose a different scheme. It's fine. So I would imagine these ones will go quickly along with the Knights. The Imperial Fists Bastion Strike Force. Fans of chunky Gravis armor have 19 reasons to be happy with this Imperial Fist Force. Tor Garadon is backed up by the full faith and credit of 15 heavy intercessors, 3 aggressors, and 2 Imperial Fist upgrade sprees. Now, for me, I collect Imperial Fists, and I'm sort of vaguely working on some Black Templars as well. So this box set is very, very tempting. Problem is, I've already got Tor Garadon, so that will have to be sold or given away via a sort of a giveaway, unsurprisingly, in the future. So I like the idea of this. I can paint up some of these for my Imperial Fists, some for my Black Templars potentially, maybe even some for my Ultramarines or Blood Angels, if I ever decide to work on those as well. This is a tempting one. Moving on, we've got the Raven Strike Battle Force. It's hard enough to be stealthy when you're a 9-foot tall super soldier, but how about the challenge of going covert with not 1 but 2 Invicta tactical warsuits? If anyone would know how to pull that off, it's Raven Guard Chapter Master Kevin Shrike, who also leads a squad of Reavers, a trio of Eliminators, and Phobos Armored Librarian for a total of 17 miniatures ready for an ambush. Yeah, I'm this one itself is no, not for me. I have said in the past I might potentially get a small like Raven Guard kill team, but that is as far as I'm going to be going with this. I will not be getting this one. I don't know if they're trying to get rid of a bunch of miniatures. I think the Invictus tactical raw suits, they're quite good for potentially the Ultramarines with the redeploy strategy or whatever they call it. But apart from that, I just I can't see me getting this one. I'm safe from this one. Oh, hello. Who's this chap? The Technoarchaeologist. Once seen in the Escalation expansion for Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress, is being released on his own for the first time, an HQ choice for Adeptus Mechanicus. These bold explorers specialize in keeping units shooting while they search for artifacts. They can even guide servitors through more complex field research. And with 6 Cataphrons in the Elimination Maniple, this pistol-packing surveyor is the perfect companion piece. So if this was in Blackstone Fortress, I already own it. So that's me safe from having to purchase this, but it is also Adeptus Mechanicus, so I'm also pretty safe from it anyway. However, for folks who missed out on Blackstone Fortress, this is a perfect opportunity to potentially purchase the Technoarchaeologist, Warhammer Quest, Nemesis, web exclusive. So we've got the cards. I wonder what miniatures we're going to have to purchase separately. The quest to save Ulfenkarn comes to an end with the final expansion for Warhammer Quest Cursed City. Night Wars will bring your hero's grueling journey to a close with new quests, new enemies, and new ways to use your Soulblight Gravelord's collection. You'll need the previous expansion and the required miniatures to play. Yeah, I already have Cursed City, but I'm just... These expansions are not really for me. I got a bunch of the ones for Blackstone Fortress, but Yeah, these ones just aren't doing it for me, unfortunately. Necromunda, the Isha Cutters. Oh, wow. Absolutely. Drat. Dominate the Ash Wastes with these new skimmer mounts for Isha gangs. This kit includes 4 fast-flying machines with leaders, champions, and prospects can ride. There are head and hair options for the riders, along with a choice of twin-linked heavy stubbers, grenade launchers, or plasma guns. You can find the rules for the Isha Cutters in the Aranthonian Succession of Cinderak Burning. I do like these. I saw these and instantly thought of... my brain is saying Street Sharks, but I think that was... Was that a range of toys? My brain is saying Street Sharks was a range of toys which had Vin Diesel in the adverts. I don't... Maybe I'm just hallucinating now. Anyway, I don't quite know what my brain was going with these, but I like them. I like them a lot. Isha Tactics cards and some dice. Athera, Blade of the Matriarch. Forgeworld is returning to Necromunda with some new and highly detailed resin kits, starting with Athera, Blade of the Matriarch. Isha gangs can petition her for help in slicing up enemy gangers with their mastercrafted chain axe. Athera is accompanied into battle by her grumpy Caryatid Styx, who has the prescience to help them both avoid harm. Yeah, they definitely look grumpy. Me in the morning, first thing, probably. Sweet, I'm looking forward to getting this. Definitely needs some snazzy hair, though. Imagine walking around on this would be rather painful, though. She must have epic calves. The Shiva, the Isha, Shiva, and Apprentice Clan Chemist. Add extra support to your Isha gang with a Shiva and Apprentice Clan Chemist. A pair of gang-specific resin hangers on. The Shiva can see into the future and predict great glory for your gang members. Chemists, on the other hand, reduce the cost of chem alchemy elixirs and may even turn deceased matriarchs and gang queens into death maidens. Oh, charming. Very nice. Covering the blade with some poisons and looking into the future in the back of a skull. Lovely stuff. Are we going to be getting these? We shall see. Gorshiv Hammerfist. The biggest slab of meat in the Underhive is here, and he's called Gorshiv Hammerfist. Made of resin and armed with appropriately named power hammers, rack and ruin, he's ready to guzzle his stash of combat stims and pulverize some fools. He's a perfect hire for any Goliath gang that wants to add yet more muscle to their roster. Nice green beard is very important. A couple of massive hammers. And I don't know what... I wonder what weapon this is on the back here. Isha Ashwaste upgrades. So we've got some suitable head options with goggles and things, respirators, backpacks, flasks. That's what they are. They're flasks. Underhive traders. Ah, I like this one. She's very cool. He is very flamboyant. And I have no idea what that is. There's pretty much nothing you can't buy on Necromunda if you've got the credits, except maybe an escape from the gang war. These haggling hangers-on are well-versed in the art of the deal, and with a relic monger, gunsmith, and a beast wrangler in this pack, your gang is going to be well-stocked for that civil war that's thundering over the horizon. All 3 are made of resin. I especially like this one right here. This guy is... well, he's very snazzy, isn't he? And I especially like this one. We'll have to ponder it. When they drop, we'll look at the price and then I'll see exactly how much I like them. And the big one, the Necromunda Kronos Pattern Iron Crawler. Navigating the Ash Waste is a real pain, and not just because of lethal weather conditions and bloodthirsty gangs that roam the dunes. The Outlands are littered with difficult and dangerous terrain that cracks axles and gums up drivetrains. Luckily, any gang can conquer the waste when mounted in the Kronos Pattern Iron Crawler. A tracked beast outfitted with hefty armor. This is a hybrid plastic and resin kit based on the Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler. Very nice. I like this. I like this one. So it's obviously going to be part resin. Suspect the tracks are going to be resin and this is going to be the plastic bit. Who knows? I have to look at the price again. Curse them. You got some books. You're going to have to fight over the books. That's going to be fun. 12 Tales of Christmas e-short subscription. Hammers of Sigmar First Forged. Some more books. hardback, an ebook, and audiobook. Heirs of the Emperor anthology, Gods of Mars. Got some more ebooks, sorry, audiobooks, excuse me. Mortarion. Okay, so we got the translation, German translation for that. So we got some Warhammer Plus stuff. That's about it. So we've mainly got a lot of Necromunda stuff. I'm mostly keen on them. As always, though, I'm going to look at the price and probably change my mind. We got a tiny bit of Cursed City. Getting a release for him finally. And then we got these box sets. This one here is potentially very interesting. This one's going to be interesting. I wonder how quickly this will go out of stock. Not so interested in them. This one is very tempting because of Mortarion. I've yet to purchase him and I've wanted him for a while. Not keen on that one. This one is tempting. I have to check the bank account. And as much as I like a couple of these minis in here, I won't be getting this particular one. But I would love to know from you folks what you might be getting this next Saturday from the pre-order. I'll also say that I also have a Patreon. I don't really talk about it very often because, but if you would like to support me via Patreon, there are a couple of tiers there. One of them does, well, a couple of them get you early access to the videos. Otherwise, it's just basically financial support for me. And they do help the stream, and these videos come out with some regularity. Folks, if you've watched and you've made it this far without subscribing, I would love it if you could look below this video at the subscribe button and press it. And potentially even make sure that that bell is on for notifications so you don't miss further videos. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much. We have a Alpha Legion video dropping this Wednesday, so make sure you are around to watch it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.